Can we time the markets accurately? Well, I did say I was going to follow up the markets at the summer house as well as a demonstration to see that no matter where you are, you can always trade with the time, so you don't have to rush your life to trade and you don't have to be stuck in front of a screen. So as usual, I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out CycleEdge. If you don't know what CycleEdge is, let me get myself out of the way. You can check out the videos I've done on it. Okay, it's about timing the market, and a lot of people say it's not possible to time the market and blah blah blah. Okay, so don't believe them. All right, so we can time the market. So let's take a look. I've selected gold here. I've anchored it to that date, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this week here, Monday to Friday. I'm going to include the intraday hours. I'm going to put a current market price. What is the current market price? $4,003. So let's do that. 4,003. I'm going to scale factor to 5 because it's volatile, and the recent high was, I think it was today's the 24th, so it's the 22nd of June 2026, and I think we had at Asia 4 a.m. that should be a.m. and if I recall correctly 4,220. So if you go to Monday, that was the peak it did before it fell this week. Okay, this is for just this week because I want to get some pricing close to that number, which is the current market price. All right, so what we have here is the report. So we're going to take a look at what it says and just relax and go accordingly with this report. So bottom line, 2 yellow tier dates, about 54% success rate, so barely better than a coin flip. No structural grade or higher windows. Used for intraday scalping only, not strong enough for swing entries. All right, consider widening the period. All right, so I've only taken a week because I'm looking at this week. So Monday, these were the hours, nothing great. Remember, you're using CycleEdge with your overall hours that I provide in the members area, right? So you can take a note of CycleEdge hours, but also remember this is the Monday and these are Tuesday. In fact, I'll give you today as well, and these are the Wednesday hours. All right, so you can take a screenshot and check them out. Okay, so you see the vector, the vertical lines I have here show the hours, and you can see what's happening at every hour actually. All right, so you see how the market is going up, down, from here down, trade hour again, down, trade hour up, trade hour down, trade hour break down, trade hour break down even more. Okay, so knowing all of these in advance, because I did post them in advance, is possible, and I've been doing it for years, so there's no tricks about it because the cycles are calculable. You can calculate them in advance and just plot them on a line, including the swing days as well. So let's take a look further at CycleEdge. So this is Monday, right? Below tiered threshold, so it's not good for, we're not going to have a swing, week, but we can have scalping days, as it says here, the bottom line for the week. All right, so not strong enough for swing entries, and use for intraday scalping only. So you don't want to be holding long positions if you got, when I say long, a long period, a long time positions if you are trading with gold this week. This is Monday, this is Tuesday. Like I said, you got to use it with the overall hours I'm giving you because these are asset specific. The hours, the other hours I give, are overall specific about the markets. So what do I have here? Projected price at window 4,061. So this was, I guess, for Tuesday. Okay, so for Tuesday, let's see what happened on Tuesday. Tuesday, so on Tuesday it projected a price of 4,061 because it wasn't there. 4,061 is right there. All right, so that it gave this value for us from Tuesday. That's good to know in advance. Okay, so that's Tuesday 23rd. And by the way, these reports will come out like in advance, so I can have up to 2 weeks of reporting in advance, even more if I set the if I adjust the dates. So what's this one? This is Tuesday, right? So it's given me some hours here. Let's take a look at Tuesday. 6:45, 11 to 15. 6:45. Obviously 6:45 my time. This is 6:45, 11:08. Yeah, I already marked these levels. Okay, that's your 11 o'clock. This is a 15-minute chart, and then the market goes up. This is the other one, 2:15. Market comes down. This is 3:30 from the overall hours. If you check those hours, market going up. And then again at 8 o'clock, 8:15 I've got here. On Tuesday, market kind of coming down. And this is Wednesday today. All right, so let's take a look at Wednesday. This is Wednesday. Here we have Wednesday, nothing scheduled. So quiet day, consolidation range bound expected. So don't do anything. Okay, basically that's what it's saying. And this is Wednesday. All right, so overall it's going according to the overall hours I gave. If anybody was scalping the market, you could still do that, the trading hours, as you can see. But the market is here, as you can see, and I did say this is the possibility to break because we tapped in here too many times. Okay, we are expecting gold to come down, as you can see, and I did talk about A, B, C, expecting gold to come down, and I've marked the zone here, as you can see. So let's do this. Let's expand this a little bit more into there. All right, so this zone is on the cards. Will gold really come down into there? It possibly might. Okay, and if it does, we'll know about it. We'll enter it at a long-term cycle. Okay, so knowing these things in advance allows you to at least not to go in heavy or take a day off, okay, in advance. Or if you're going to trade like, the report says, do it for a scalping session. Don't go around trying to enter a swing trade on these days. And a lot of people might have done that simply because this is a zone. All right, as you can see, this place is a zone where the market bounced off and can bounce off again. So reading the report and then checking it out is obviously beneficial. Let's see what I've got for Thursday. Trend exhaustion. Also, these comments are handy. Trend exhaustion, institutional correction, consolidation, accumulation zone. So tomorrow Asia session is worth looking at. And also closer to the end of New York. These are UTC +3. Okay, CycleEdge will calculate everything according to my time as well, wherever you're located, basically. And then this is Friday. Now, Friday, I do have a trade day for gold on Friday, so I'm going to be watching this one. All right. So I'll be checking out these hours plus the hours I have overall. This will be New York morning session. That'll be good to watch. And then this is the weekly insight. So one of the days I should be looking out for, it says Thursday, June 25. This is a better day which I could enter to trade. The other days are just scalping. And as you can see, I've got some pricing where the market could head towards. All right. So knowing these in advance also is good. So I can say 3988. That support is broken. 3988. Is there 3988? Oh, it's not broken yet, but it is there. Okay, so that's a price that the software has given me. And then what else? I've got 3955 if I want to go further down. So if it does go down, 3955 is another place where I can look out for. Now, if this was a swing day, specifically a swing day, then I would be using these levels obviously and matching it to a time where I can just turn around. Okay, so that helps. And these are 4006, 4027, the resistance at the moment. And this is the full week. So below I've got these levels. This is where I am currently. So the market's got room to come down. And then tomorrow I am going to check out if we can trade gold. Alright, so I want to make sure I check out these cycles Thursday on the 25th. Friday is a trade day, so Thursday at the end of the day can also be a trade day. We're going to check that out tomorrow with the levels and the hours. And then I'll be looking at this zone from today. Okay, if price changes, we can always enter a new price and adjust accordingly. Okay, it says a scalping week, so I don't want to get too excited with big moves. Just trade on the hours at the levels. That's it. Swing day forecasts, as you can see, there are a lot here, so we don't want to be looking at a bunch of stuff. We'll just take grade A. So we'll take grade A, and the only thing I've got here for the 24th is this, and I think we've got a few ending. This is also ending 24. So tomorrow is the 25th. I don't have anything starting on the 25th, but the 26th we do. All right. So this is also something I'm going to look at. This is why I said Thursday at the end of the day, it could be a trade day. So I'm making a low on the Thursday evening. All right. And then on a Friday, kind of like start to turn to the upside, and we could use that as some kind of an intraday trade session, since the software is telling me we're not going to have any major moves that are going to cause a swing. So if you're going to do any trading, just make sure you're in and out at the right price and time. And if you had done that, like I said, this is Wednesday, right? So if you take the advice of the software, you can see market turning, and at the trade hour breaking. It's only going to do two things. It's either going to turn around or break. That's all. Same here. Turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around. Right? So, and here, for example, trade hour, boom, breaking down, trade hour, boom, breaking down. Why? Because there's direction. So you want to follow the direction as you go with the flow. All right, so keeping an eye on these dates is important. Also, this date that it gave me here is important. So seeing the 25th there is good, and then I've got 26th here. I had 24 on two things the other day, so I figured I found a bug in the system which I fixed today. So that's why there's only 24th one, because whenever I kind of like fix a bug, I'm recalculating manually everything. So remember, this is a beta version, so I'm testing it as we go along, but it's good to share it and have you guys take a look at it as well, because if you know technical analysis and money management, all you have to do is just like say, okay, you know what, today is a day when a cycle starts, and it's given me also a date here. So let's see if Thursday can be a good day for an opportunity, and I'll use it for an intraday trade, because overall the system says, look, this week is a little dodgy, so don't expect anything like a swing trade, but you know, you can trade, go in and go out. So this will also help you to have a better money management keep tighter stop losses and not use heavy lots. And also, like, knowing how the week is highly likely going to be gives you that relaxed attitude. And this is the monthly summary, and as you can see, I've got 3 gray days here. Let's check them out. And it's that one, right? So this cycle that started, it's going to end on the 1st of July. All right, so I will want to keep an eye out for the 1st of July. So on the daily, 1st of July is going to be on the cards for us right there. All right, and that's going to be a Wednesday. So that's when that cycle is going to peak out. So because this is a major cycle, which started on the 23rd of May, which is somewhere around, I think here, 23rd of May, 25th. So 23rd was on the weekend. So come Monday, all right, so 23rd was on the weekend. So that's your Monday, right? So 22nd. 23rd is a Saturday, comes the weekend, and here you are, that blue bar, and then the market just coming down, and that's going to end on the 1st of July. All right, so already, if I was to mark that out, let's do it with this one so that it'll be different. Okay, all the way from here, then we should kind of go all the way into there. All right, now here we have to be careful because it's the 1st of July that ends a cycle, but the system will also give us anything that starts and peaks out as well. That's on the short medium term as well up here. All right, so it's important to understand that as well. So we'll get those cycles as well, so it'll actually help us out when we're turning around. And obviously, when we turn around, we'll have pricing as well as we get closer to that day. I'm going to add to this pricing for the higher time frame. There is, like, there's a bit more extension here, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe you can add a little bit more deeper. So I've got 3,955 and 36 here. So 3,955 and 36 is there. All right, so we'll see how that pans out. But seeing the levels below and the market breaking down, you can see these levels where time and price crisscross, and this is going to be obviously places where you're going to manage the trade. Okay, so for relaxed trading, this really is the way to go. All right, so that's the CycleEdge. Now I've done a few other softwares. Those of you who took timing from me will be able to use them once I get them on a server, but in the interim I'm going to do everything manually again because I'm checking it all out. But CycleEdge, like beta version, I'm going to use the information here. I'm going to use it on the website. I'm going to just put it on the website, and then you'll have an idea as to what to do with it. Also, it was like really interesting when the indices crashed the other day, because I had NASDAQ, and let's just do NASDAQ. I'm not going to put a price up here. Let's just go to NASDAQ first. Just to demonstrate. I'm just gonna leave this empty for a moment. Okay, I'll just clear that so we can delete that. I'm just gonna get the report, and that's it for NASDAQ, right? So what we had was on Monday the 22nd. And remember, we had, for NASDAQ, we had, we got Wednesday, which is today, right? But from last week, remember, we was like trying to sell because the market was high and we had swing days at the top. So this week, I did say if the market came up, it's okay to sell, right? But I didn't have a swing day here. I have a swing day on a Wednesday this week. So what the system said was interesting, because it said trend exhaustion, institutional correction, and the market is at a peak. So then all I have to do is kind of look at the hours, and if I only have 1 hour here, that's fine, because I have the rest of the hours here, right? These are UTC plus 3, but you know, you got all the hours here. And this is New York morning. This is pre-trade session. It's like 8:35 a.m. I think, and this is something like 10 o'clock, I'm thinking. So if I come to Monday, okay, so this is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday is here, right? And I take a look at 10 past 5, you'll see that this is the 10 past 5 bar, and it's just bang down, all right? Going all the way into Tuesday. Let's see what it said for Tuesday. Below the threshold, there's no intraday trade hour. Regime is in continuation. No shifts detected, so just follow the move. Rely on broader trend and price structure. So then it's given me a few hours. Now take note, these are grade C hours. So what you'd want to see is also in your mundane hours, see what's happening on Tuesday. All right. So again, New York pre-trade 350 my time, and I got 515. So if you were trading it in New York, 315 is there. I wouldn't be selling it there, obviously, because it's come down so much. And then 515, guys, 515 is right there where the market sells again. All right, so that's basically just following it through, and nice tight range today. So we're probably going to follow that down through. I did say we should probably come down here, but you can see how the market is like described in the report. It's peak and it's exhausted, and institutional correction possibility. Thus henceforth sell, which is what I did say we should do on a Monday. So, and this is Wednesday, 344 grade A. Let's take a look. This is live right now, 345. So let's do 345. It's currently 4:15, 12 minutes past 4, you can see here. So I'm going to do 345 there. That's your 330. Yep, 330. And this is your 345 opening. All right. So market coming to the downside. All right, so just, you know, that's basically it. Vector day routine, it just means follow the day, and that's it. And this is Thursday, standard timing, suitable for intraday scalping triggers, not swing entries. 2 intraday trade hour windows flagged. These are it. This is Asia session, obviously, and this is going to be New York nearly closing time as my 10:30 evening. Okay, and that's it. Exchange session New York, and this is Friday. Same thing. It gives me some notes here. You can take a screenshot and compare how things are going, right? And overall, Obviously Saturday is closed. I have Saturday and Sunday included because it's important for us to know what happened on the weekend so we can carry over into the weekend, into the trading week to Monday. All right. Or if there's something happening on the weekend, I can then say, okay, you know what, I can follow this until Friday closing. So knowing the weekend and what's happening is actually important. And this is the weekly insight. So the week's peak is Thursday, so I have to keep an eye out for Thursday if I'm going to do anything. Cycle swing days, anchors projected. Okay, so we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have a few days here, as you can see, right? So what we want to do is then check out Thursday and Friday, because on Wednesday you can see that it's just low. If I want to do anything, Thursday and Friday are looking better. And let me just check if there is a swing day forecast for Thursday or Friday, so 25 or the 26th. 26th there is. Okay, it's that one. This is an overall cycle, so it'll be like for everything that's being traded. This is Monday 15th of June, so that's already done, and that's peaking out on the 26th. So that is actually good for us. This one is starting on the 24th. Okay, so we have a few things ending on the 24th, which is that one as well. That's an ending on the 24th, ending on the 26th. So this Wednesday and Friday, we can look out for where the market can maybe have a base or a place to like enter into a trade and make some money and get out. Okay, and that's basically it. These are the long-term cycles, which are the same overall for whatever you're trading, but the daily ones, as you can see, these are like asset specific. Okay, so whatever asset you're trading. Let's see. I was also checking out Bitcoin, wasn't I? This is Bitcoin. I'm just going to leave this space a little empty. I'm going to include Sunday. I'm going to take Sunday as day one of the week, and Saturday is the last day of the week, so that'll be 1 week. All right, and I'm not going to put anything here. I'm just going to include the hours. I'm going to generate a report. Okay, here we are. So not a strong enough week, so we're still looking for just intraday trading. Sunday is a yellow day, and then I've got cycle phase shift. Okay, contraction, stress expected. So that's a Sunday. Let's take a look at Sunday. Bitcoin. Stress expected on Sunday. All right, fair enough. Let's see if that did happen. So we are on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. All right, so Sunday. Red bar, so a little bit of stress, nothing going up or down. All right. And then what I have here, Monday. All right, so this is Sunday, this is Monday. Again, routine trend exhaustion, institutional correction. It gave me that on Sunday as well. Okay, trend exhaustion, institutional correction. As you can see with the technical setup as well, the market on Monday just coming down afterwards. If I take a look at Tuesday, oh, shock. All right, so that's a shock day. Tuesday 23rd, market structural shift, primary trend reversal. Okay, so that's your Tuesday. All right, so shock day. Monday, Tuesday, so from that upwards we've got a reversal happening, so that's good to know in advance, isn't it? So that's your reversal. happening. All right, so we've got a shock day Tuesday. Wednesday is also a shock day, so I can follow this through. Okay, 3:45 is an hour which they gave me, which is 3:45 is here, and that's actually when the shock is happening. So as you can see, it's pretty cool. All right, and Thursday there's another shock day in Asia and New York. All right, so you can check these out as well, see how you go. Remember, these are UTC plus 3 hours. These are my local times. Okay, so if you're somewhere else on the planet, obviously adjust those hours. Don't just blindly do 3:30 on your platform, because my platform and time zone are currently the same. Friday, okay, so we're over the shock on Friday. So Friday might be a time to trade, and we might have some strong push moments at those hours. So it's worth checking, because I'm going to be checking it and we're following it through, and I want to do these, as I go along, so I actually show you guys how it works as well, because in the members area we're going to start to use them. So the more we get used to it, the better. Obviously you want to read the little notes here, because they're all worked on their specific stuff. If you have a peak and an exhaustion and it's a trade day, great. We want to look for a reversal. Even if it's not a swing trade day, we want to look for a reversal if it's technically aligned, and so on. So these little things, comments are worth reading, and they're short and sweet. I've specifically made everything short and sweet, so a person can say, okay, you know what, cycle phase shift Sunday, June 21, so I need to look out for that. And as you can see, that is from June 21 to December 7, 2028. All right, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Okay, that's from beginning to end. All right, so that's from beginning to end, 7 to 10 days. All right, so we'll see how that pans out. Trend analysis, this is just basically it's telling you if it's strong or not, or if it's worthwhile going in for more than a day. So sometimes I hold positions overnight, like with the euro dollar trade last week, because of the trade day, hour, and so on, etc. And bang. What else? Key pivot point, cycle swing days. So it's given me June 21, June 22, right? So Sunday, Monday. Let's take a look at Monday. Okay, look guys, that's Tuesday, that's Monday, right? So it's already giving me the days. Sunday, Monday, we are going to reverse. And remember, it did tell us expect reversal. So expecting reversal, and you're looking out for Sunday, Monday, great. Your next day is June 26, which is a Friday, so obviously we'll be looking into June 26, right? So I want to bring this into Friday. All right, so coming back down into this zone on a Friday. Now these swing day forecasts, they're going to be overall, so I'm not going to go over it again. These are for all assets. Whatever you're trading, you could catch something really good at a starting cycle, at a peak cycle, and so on. And if there is anything worthwhile doing, it will let us know, with the signals. So this is the monthly. Once again, there are a few here. If you want to just take grade A, that's it. And 1st of July, that's where this 1st of July comes into play. I want to make sure I'm on top of the game on the 1st of July here as well. All right, so this is still this still has room to go, and trading it intraday at the right hours with the CycleEdge hours plus the overall hours that are given the members area, like here, then things should work out. If you do it accordingly to your technical analysis, you'll see that things begin to happen at those hours. And you can see that the software is right to tell us, to scalp the market. It's pretty choppy, as you can see, right? But on the trade days, remember Monday, look at that, 10 past 5. Remember the 10 past 5 Monday? 10 past 5 Monday was an overall hour. Remember that, which is that one. And then in the CycleEdge, come Monday, here we are. Okay. What is it telling us on Monday? Trend exhaustion, institutional correction. Let's move this up a little bit. Suitable for intraday scalping, not swing entries. No intraday trade hour windows today. Regime is in continuation. No shifts detected. Right? Continuation, downwards trend, flag, continuation. Okay, so that's your Monday, Tuesday lining up, and it's good to know that you're going with the trend. All right, so nothing worth swinging, but you can go with the trend and the overall hours as well. So Tuesday shock, as I said before. All right, so I hope by looking at these we'll start to get used to using the information, and then all we have to do is match it to our technical analysis. For those of you who like to see the trend periods the good old-fashioned way, I'm going to try to see if I can keep them up, and we'll see how we go. Okay, because some of you like that. I personally like that as well. So, but we'll see. All right, so Saturday is a bit low, as you can see, but we do have some pushy moments. So look out for Saturday. It's a low day that might have some pushy moves during the day around those hours. All right, so I hope that's a bit more explanatory, and as we move forward with the software as well, it's going to expand. It'll be a bit more accurate when I fix some bugs as well, because it's a software and it's in beta version. Bugs do pop up every now and then, so I fixed a few things yesterday and today, and that's it. We'll just keep using it and we'll match it to what's going on. The hours are working nice. I've made a few sharpening calculations on there. Also, the swing days, we'll be able to focus on a few things that the report gives us to make life easier, and we can just say, you know what, those are the days, those are the hours, that's it, and have a good day.